Okay, let's just be 100% honest right now. This episode is straight up fantastic. I'll give my rating at the end of the video, but let's be real, we all know that Bill vs. Discord is peak fiction and the best episode of the entire season. Anyway, no more dilly-dallying around, let's just get into it. Starting off with Bill's analysis, and I have to say, it is legitimately fantastic. The editing is some of the best in the entire series, let alone the season. The little messages that both Bill and Discord write in the sidebars are hilarious and an adorable touch to the analysis. They thankfully ignore 11D Bill. Praise the fucking sun. The cutaway gag is absolutely hilarious, with Bill possessing Wiz and revealing how he was always there, watching. It's just a really solid analysis that gets a lot of laughs and shows off how insane Bill actually is. But Discord's analysis just blows Bill out of the water, in my opinion. It's got a lot of the same things I praised Bill's analysis for: phenomenal editing, the little messages both characters write down, and what might be the best cutaway gag in the entire show. Look, Bill possessing Wiz was funny, but it was fairly predictable. But Discord annihilating the fourth wall to show us Ben and Chad fucking slayed me. It was so unexpected, and it fits with Discord's character, with him being a chaos-obsessed maniac like Sophist. I like it a lot. The only real criticism I have with it is that it skimmed past his redemption, but what are you gonna do? But let's be real for a second. The analyses are shit compared to the animation. My god, this is a visual marvel to look at. The madness bubbles, the weird X in the sky from Weirdmageddon, it's just really nice to look at, even if it is a little horrifying. Speaking of, the fact that the episode starts with Weirdmageddon and Bill already ruling over Equestria was a genius move. Not only does it give Discord a proper motivation to take Bill down, but it also shows us how threatening Bill is, since he's already taken over and turned all the ponies into figures for his throne. I also love the fact that Bill responds to Discord's message to Celestia in a negative way. That is fantastic characterization. Discord yeets a flaming pie at Bill, which is hilarious, and the delivery of the "ow my eye" line is on point as well. Bill then whacks Discord, leaving a Discord imprint on his giant hand. I love this episode so much. The giant ice cream barrage is funny, as is the drum riff Bill provides after Discord makes a pun. Also, the drums have a weird day on them, which I love so much. Almost as much as Sans Undertale in the background, looking significantly better than he did in the DBX. We get a nice perfect rotation shot, but it's because Bill is messing around with gravity trying to disorient Discord, but failing miserably. Is that Rick Sanchez? And is that Doctor Who? Weird. Bill taunts Discord right before a giant Discord appears behind him and turns him into Dorito and eats him. I wonder what flavor of Dorito Bill would be. Would he be nacho cheese, sweet spicy chili, or Cool Ranch? I guess we'll never know. Anyway, the hand-drawn Discord looks really good. He's animated just like how he is in My Little Pony, and it further cements my credence that this episode should have been hand-drawn, but instead of done in sprites, but whatever, I can live with that. Also, while I was writing my script, I paused on this frame of Discord before Bill blows his mind, and I just think this is absolutely hilarious. What comes next is by far my favorite part of the episode, aside from the ending, but we'll get to that. Anyway, Bill and Discord go into one of the madness bubbles, leading to a stop-motion segment which features a cameo from Macho Man Randy Savage, Kool-Aid Man, and also Bill's guns. That is hilarious. But we aren't done just yet. We get a rubber hose segment with a cameo from Bendy and Cuphead. We're going to have to talk about this later on, because holy crap, this has some heavy indications for the rest of the season. And of course, it's rounded off with a fucking hand puppet fight, which is just so beautiful. The two then have an action figure war. This episode is way too creative for its own good, man, I swear. We get a funny exchange between the two where Discord asks Bill if he wants to play a different game, and Bill responds with, "Sure, I love checkers," before squashing Discord with a giant horse. Now, here is my only real criticism with this part. I don't really believe that this giant chess piece is enough to turn Discord into a ghost. I mean, a moment prior we see that his head gets blown up and he's still completely fine. I feel like when Bill lifted the chess piece, he should have shot out a blast of fire, disintegrating Discord, and then turning him into a ghost, because this... I'm not buying it. Anyway, Ghostcord invades Bill's mind, and to which Bill gets pissed and calls Discord out on his filthy plagiarism. Discord then reveals that he knows how Bill dies in his show, and Bill gets even more pissed going into his giant red form when Discord implies that they are equals. And when Discord smacks Bill right in the eye, we get a cool reference to the ending of Gravity Falls as Bill shifts from form to form in this really brief but nice bit of animation. Bigger Bill then reaches into his eye and yanks Discord out of his head. And this is where we get what is probably the best instance of the "I've been on the beach this whole time" trope. Discord reveals to Bill that he was actually trapped in his old homeworld, and when Bill finally realizes, it's too late. The portal to Equestria closes, leaving Bill stranded, and then Bill crushes Discord's soul while Discord is laughing maniacally into himself. The final trick that Bill was too egotistical to see coming. Fitting, given how he dies in his home series. Bill then throws a big ol' hissy fit before calming down, looking at the audience and asking if any of them want to make a deal. That's what you get for trying to tempt my audience with cosmic power, you two-dimensional dickhead. And for those who are really sad about the ending, don't worry. The black boxes imply that Discord can in fact return, much like Bill. It'll just take an undisclosed amount of time. So his friendship with Fluttershy will never end, and Bill gets cucked over yet again. Man, even when he wins, he still loses. Speaking of losing, the post-analysis is fine. I like them going into how, despite both characters having their own win cons, they're actually very even in a lot of ways. But from what I hear from people who are more well-versed in Gravity Falls than I am, they gave Bill advantages that he logically shouldn't have, and they say things that contradict what is said in the show. I also don't know if this is just a me thing, but I kind of feel like they kept trying to excuse Bill's mistakes while also using Discord's mistakes as disadvantages for why Discord shouldn't have won. Is that just me? It feels like it's just me. Okay, let's talk about some of the other factors of the episode before moving on to my theory. My death battle theory! Oh my god, my humor is terrible. Okay, so the voice acting is really good. John Patno does a great job at voicing Bill. He really manages to capture the sort of sleazy conman side of Bill, as well as his outbursts of rage really, really well. And Paul Guyot does a really good job at voicing Discord. He makes him sound like a fun-loving grandfather, and I really like that. The track is phenomenal. Discord and Cipher is another rap battle track. I love it so much. It's a lot like What's Up Danger and Fallen Gods, but it also has its own flair by adding in a backwards message. Not only is that pretty cool, but it also calls out the Death Battle fans who think the song affects the freaking outcome of the episode, and, well, isn't that just lovely? Oh man, Brandon is getting too good with his tracks. We need to stop him before he ascends. Speaking of the track, speculation time. Some of you may remember my last video where I attempted to predict future episodes by looking at the album art for Discord and Cipher, and I'm 100% willing to say that I was wrong about what a few of these episodes could be. Yep, they haven't been revealed yet, but I think I am wrong. No, I know I am wrong. So, here's why I think I am wrong. Remember when I brought up certain cameos in this episode? Sans, the Doctor, Rick, Randy Savage, Kool-Aid Man, Bendy, and Cuphead? You may be asking, why am I bringing this up? All they were just cute Easter eggs, right? Well, I believe that these cameos are actually teases for future Season 10 episodes. Looking at things deeper, we see that aside from Randy and Kool-Aid, these characters each relate to a different symbol on the Cipher wheel. Rick and the Doctor can either be the suit or the beaker, Sans obviously represents the skull, and Bendy and Cuphead represent the pentagram. They all line up with a symbol. The Doctor and Rick represent the beaker because that is a common instrument in science, and those two characters are incredibly intelligent, or they could represent the suit because the Doctor wears the suits and stuff. Sans is a skeleton, therefore he represents the skull and crossbones, and Bendy and Cuphead could represent the pentagram because Bendy is the ink demon, and pentagrams are a big part of his games, and Cuphead is all about how the main character gambles his soul away to the devil. Maybe I'm being a tinfoil hat dude right now, which the song actively friggin' discourages, but come on. This isn't a coincidence. This can't be a coincidence, right? Right? So, editing Capsirus here, apparently there was also a cameo from Luz's hat from Owl House and Anne's sword from Amphibia, but I honestly couldn't find that one when I was watching, and I honestly don't really care about that matchup, nor do I really care about Luz and Amphibia and Owl House, but just know that it is there, and if I had to guess, it's probably going to be the Shuffle, because they go to different worlds or whatever, but again, I don't really care, so. Anyway, I love this episode. Is it my favorite of the season? Yes, but it's tied with Stitch vs. Rocket and Guts vs. Dimitri. Is it the best of the season? Absolutely. This episode is nothing short of a 9.9 out of 10. Okay, I know some of y'all will get really mad at me for this, but trust me, this episode is really good. It is only being held back by the post-analysis, which I think could have been a lot more, it could have been a lot better and a lot more concrete with some of the stuff they gave for Bill and for why he wins. But I can't in my heart give this anything less than a 9 or a 9.9. It's probably the most fun I've had with an episode since freaking, oh god, Saitama versus Popeye. It's that good. I honestly think it's on par. It's probably even better than Saitama versus Popeye, the more I think about it, but it's just really good. What else can I say about it? You know what else is really good, though? The next time, baby! Colex is real, and I totally predicted it would happen after Billcord. Ask Lucariboi. Or watch our reaction to it. Both of those are good options. Anyway, what did you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, hit that like button as well as the subscribe button. And ring the bell if you want to see more of my videos. Which you should, because they're totally awesome, aren't they? Follow me on my socials, they'll be linked in the description below. And check out Lucariboi's review. Also, go watch our reaction to the episode. Both of those will be in the description as well. Anyway, with that in mind, I'll see you later, Cap Nation, and remember...
Reality is an illusion, the universe is a hologram, buy gold, bye!